The Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), Dr. Maikanti Ebaru, has said oil companies bidding for 2017 oil for products deals, which is also known as crude oil swaps or direct sales, direct purchases (DSDP), would have to meet additional criteria. Dr. Barrow said in Abuja during the technical bid opening session for the 2017 crude oil swaps that alongside stringent financial and legal recruitments, the corporation would demand from successful bidders a guaranteed commitment to deliver products within the agreed lay days, cancelling lay-can dates. Barrow disclosed that based on the corporation's past experience with its contractors on the lay-can dates, which often upsets its products distribution plans, the NNPC decided to make this aspect of the crude swaps more stringent. He said a maximum of 800,000 barrels of crude oil would be committed to the scheme by the NNPC, and that 128 firms, including MRS Oil and Gas Aitio, Sahara Energy, Cocoa Resources, and BBLS Tilo Energies, had submitted their technical bids for evaluation. Speaking on the benefits the corporation had derived from the revised swap program introduced by his predecessor, Dr. Ibe Kashiku, Barrow said the DSDP is a major component in their product supply chain and has since inception created relief in their product supply to the nation. He noted that through this scheme, the NNPC has equally maintained sufficiency of products, availability of over 30 days, enabling it to meet its obligations as the supplier of the last resort in the country. Also, the Group General Managing Crude Oil Marketing Department (COMD) of NNPC, Mr. Meli Kiari, said in his explanation of the processes adopted for the 2017 scheme that the technical evaluation would be followed by commercial negotiations and eventual engagements. The Premier Oil announced on Friday that its private lenders had agreed to a long-form term sheet subject to credit approvals. The London-listed firm also confirmed an agreement of revised key terms between Premier and representatives of its convertible bondholders, subject to agreement by the private lenders, and outlined a proposed amendment to the terms of its retail bonds. It is said the refinancing will provide a solid foundation for Premier to deliver its strategic plans through preserving the group's debt facilities, resetting financial covenant headroom, and extending Premier's debt maturities to 2021 and beyond. In return, it said the lenders will receive a revised security and covenant package, enhanced economics, and certain governance controls. The long-term term sheet will now be circulated to the lenders under the company's RCF, term loan, schedule chain, and U.S. private placement notes for formal credit committee approval, the board said, with lock-up agreements requested by the end of February. Revised financial documentation will now be finalized with completion of the refinancing currently anticipated by the end of May 2017. Looking at its revised funding structure, Premier said it would allow for debt reduction and growth after its year-to-date production average of area 80 kbopd. The board said it would prioritize those cash flows towards reducing its absolute debt levels and leverage ratio to 3 times EBITDA. Premier said it and its lenders envisage that the group will selectively seek to invest in its unsanctioned projects at the appropriate equity levels with due regard to the commodity price environment. With rising production and its 700 MMBOE of discovered but undeveloped reserves and resources, Premier said it has considerably portfolio optionality.